Let's dive in now to what I would call the cornbread of sports talk, which are some power rankings, okay? Aaron, I'm going to let you go first. Here are Aaron Murray's former Georgia quarterback great. Here are Aaron Murray's SEC East power rankings.
All right. So we're going to go to T-Bob's most overrated team first, and the Georgia Bulldogs. It's going to be one.
Yep.
It's going to be different, but, Stetson in that offense, those receivers, the tight end room, which is stacked. Jalen Carter is a beast on the defense side of football. Thought he was, he's going to be a top 5 player, not defensive player, but player in America this year. Georgia will roll. Tennessee with Hendon, that offense back. Obviously got the big news that, Brew McCoy was going to be able to play. They are going to be a tough team to slow down offensively. They've built some depth on defense. Second year on the system for both sides of the football. Tennessee could be that third best team in the SEC this year. Don't sleep on the Vols. Kentucky, consistency. Will Levis is a guy that has potential to be a first-round, second-round quarterback. Can he find that receiver number one? Obviously, lost Wan'Dale Robinson was his go-to guy last year. They got another Robinson from Virginia Tech. Can he be that replacement? I just love Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops is one of my favorite coaches in America. I will always root for Kentucky. South Carolina, winning record last year without a damn quarterback. Mind-blowing to me how you can win football games without a quarterback. They get Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler, 75% completion last year. You got a QB. You got someone that everyone can rally around. Year 2 with Shane Beamer. TikTok video galores are going to be happening weekly for South Carolina. I can't wait to see them. Not as good as the volumes TikTok. I'll say that, though. So I like USC at
unbiased.
4. Unbiased. Florida at 5. This is all going to be on, can Anthony Richardson do what Cam Newton did in 2010? Can he be Cam Newton? Put the team on the back. Can he be Superman? He's not as big as Cam, but he's a better thrower than Cam. If you look back at 2010 Auburn, there was nothing on that team besides Cam, especially on offense. They did have a defensive tackle that I will not name. Who shall not be named. No. We do not use that name on the show because it hurts my chest every time we talk about Nick Fairley. So can he be Cam Newton?
He killed you too. He killed me as well.
Oh, he killed everyone.
Nick Fairley kicked my ass worse than anybody I've ever played against.
Go put in 2010 Auburn, Georgia, Nick Fairley, Aaron Murray, and just watch what he did to me. Just watch.
Okay, then let's go to the internet.
We may have to use that at some point. All right, next. Vanderbilt. Eli, you're on the freaking hot seat, my man. Win some football games. The big question mark, last year they had no freaking receivers. This year they get one of the top, I think the top receiver. Luther's supposed to be a stud. Can he open up this offense a little bit? So I was a little bit torn because I was super impressed with Vanderbilt the other day. I thought Vandy, I was like, holy crap, Mac. But they played Hawaii. So let's not get too crazy. Hawaii is like playing right now a high school team. They lost 52 guys after last offseason. So Vandy, until they can do it against an SEC team, will still always be 7 to me.
Wow. Okay, well, actually, Aaron, I feel better about my Eastern rankings. We are very similar here. I got Georgia 1. I got I got Georgia 1. I got Kentucky 2. Tennessee 3. Okay, so we have our Tennessee and Kentucky's flip there. We both like South Carolina at 4 because of the reason you named. They had a winning record without a quarterback. Then you get Spencer Rattler. I don't care what you think about Rattler. Massive upgrade. I got Florida 5. And then, because Vandy won us some money last week, I'm rocking with Clark Lee. I'm a fan of the Eric Andre show. He looks like Eric Andre. I'm going Vandy 6, Mizzou 7. Let's flip over to the West. I'm going to run through mine real quick here. This is madness, by the way. This conference is stupid. Wow. I don't fully understand.
Way off.
We're way different here. That's what I'm going to say because you're
different.
hot. Okay, look, I got Bama. Yeah. I got Bama 1. I got A&M 2. Okay, I actually like Haynes King. I think Max Johnson's a good quarterback. Beating him out is a good sign for Haynes King. I love their O-line as well. I got Ole Miss at 3. I'm a believer in Lane Kiffin, man, and I like what they did in the transfer portal. Michigan State, LSU, like they went all in. USC, we'll see if it works out for these teams this year. I got LSU at 4 because I'm a homer. I got Mississippi State at 5 because as much as I like the air raid and Mike Leach, it giveth and it taketh away. they always screw something up and lose a couple games that they shouldn't. I got Arkansas at 6, which feels so disrespectful, but go look at Arkansas' schedule. I don't know why the hell they chose to make it so hard. A&M literally gave themselves one of the easiest out-of-conference schedules in the country. Arkansas did not. And then I've got Auburn at 7 because they are a complete dumpster fire, and I'm not here for any of the Auburn explaining that's trying to go on right now. Aaron, your West is much, much hotter and much different. Give it to us.
Yeah, I obviously we all know Alabama is going to be one. Mississippi State, I know we was talking about air raid can't survive in the SEC. More teams run something that is similar to air raid than it is pro style nowadays. So we can't say that it doesn't survive because most offenses are running 11 personnel, spreading things out, going up tempo, all that good stuff. When you look at Will Rogers and what he's done year 3 in the system, talk about a dark horse to make it to New York for the Heisman. My man could throw 45, 50 touchdowns. This team wins 9 games. He could be there. Graham Harrell stats. Be on the lookout for him. They got the majority of that defense back. I am a big believer in Mississippi State. Plus, they get Texas A&M and Arkansas at home. 2 teams that they're fighting to kind of middle of the pack. A huge advantage for the Cowbells.
Okay.
LSU, my team this year. I'm a big fan of LSU. They got a top coach. They got top talent. Some of the best I think they're probably the best receiving core in the SEC. They got talent on the defensive line. Obviously, they got to figure out the offensive line, and they got some questions at quarterback. I think they got talented quarterbacks, just got to protect. So I think LSU is a dark horse. Love the coaching staff. A&M, I'm not a fan of Haynes King. I think it's a bad sign for A&M that they went with Haynes King because that tells me they don't have talent at receiver, so they have to go with a quarterback that can run. That's what that sign tells me. Yes, they had a great recruiting class. You will see that more next year. I think A&M is a year away from being very, very good and possibly competing to get to Atlanta. Arkansas, it all hinges on KJ. Can KJ be a stud? I think he can be if he takes that next step in development. That's a team that can move up this board. I'm somewhat bullish on Auburn. The team is really rallying around Harsin. They're coming together. They got a really good defense. They got 2 of the best backs in the SEC. They're going to be good. They're going to win some games they shouldn't. Still a 7-5 football team. Ole Miss, I'm not buying Ole Miss until I see it. I just don't know about this whole transfer portal thing, and can you build a team through the portal? The West is just too good to think that you could put a team together in 6 months and go out there and compete. The teams at the top are the teams that have a lot of returning starters at key positions. So that's who I'm feeling. Very, very different though. We got to keep that
Jackson
for the end of the season.
Dart. Was Jackson Dart actually named starter yet? Do we know that? Was he named the starter
so.
for Ole Miss? Jackson who was? Great quarterback name, right? Throwing darts. Okay. Wow. Aaron, that West list is something else. And it looks like they have not named a starter according to our producer Ryan Bumley. You know what?
Matt Cumbie. Georgia Dogs going to tuck their tail and finish 3rd in the East this year on the chat.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Go, dude.